victim that was murdered, which, yes, he is a victim that was murdered, but like that's not just who he was.
And for more information on all of the escape men, you can visit our website at KATC.com. I'm Keely Quintero, your Lafayette Parish reporter for KATC TV3.
And a man in Lafayette was arrested accused of human trafficking. Rutledge Diaz IV was booked for the third time, accused of posing online as someone seeking a nanny and then deceiving victims into performing infant care tasks on him, including diaper changes. Troopers say this is the same crime tied to his previous 2 arrests. For more details on Diaz's previous arrests, visit KATC.com.
So with the next round of frigid temperatures, we have another round of cold weather alerts. Here in Acadiana, we are under a cold weather advisory and a freeze watch for this weekend coming up, and even the rest of the country, a large majority dealing with cold weather alerts as well, from Texas all the way through the southeast, even far north into New England. Everyone dealing with some very cold temperatures arriving this weekend. Now this morning we had our first below freezing night. We say mostly in the upper 30s to 40s. Now, I won't be expecting that for tonight. We'll see those temperatures drop off into the 20s waking up on Saturday morning. Our highs for today did top out only in the 50s because we had that cold front push through earlier this morning that brought us that colder and drier air for the rest of the weekend. And even now, we still got some temperatures out there in the 50s. Now, off towards the east, they'll be done with some cold temperatures and some winter weather in portions of Georgia, the Carolinas, Kentucky, and Virginia. So it is multiple winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for this weekend. They can see heavy snow anywhere between 1 to 9 inches with isolated amounts near 12 inches. So a lot of snow going around in that portion of the country. But as far as conditions right now, it is very calm out there, especially for us in Louisiana. And we'll stay dealing with some calm conditions for the rest of tonight. Temperatures, though, dropping into the upper 20s and low 30s, waking up for Saturday morning. And with that cold front still pumping in that cold air, highs for tomorrow not warming up too much, still in the 30s. Stay tuned. We'll have more on that weekend forecast coming up.
Well, as you're getting chilly, so are your plants, and now's the time to take action and protect them from that incoming freeze. Joshua Moten is sharing a few tips from a local expert on what you should be doing.
I'm Joshua Moten reporting in Lafayette Parish. With freezing temperatures expected this weekend, local plant experts are urging gardeners to take precautions now. Citrus trees, fruit trees, and satsumas are among the most vulnerable to cold weather, and protecting their root systems is key.
What we do with any garden, any landscaping, you want to make sure that everything is well hydrated. Make sure you've watered well, especially the day before that front rolls in, and re-mulch. If you can add some extra layers of mulch, that's going to protect those root systems.
Experts say for plants that can't be brought inside, a ground cover or landscaping fabric can help shield them from the cold. And after the freeze, they caution against pruning or cutting back damage too soon. Sometimes what looks dead can still be alive, and waiting helps plants recover when warmer weather returns.
It's important we keep our neighbors warm too, and to do that, warming centers across Acadiana are extending their openings. In Lafayette Parish, the warming center at the Dupuy Recreation Center extended operations through Monday. It's open right now, and transportation to the center is available through Lafayette Transit System. Arc Share House is also still accepting donations of towels, travel size hygiene items, underwear, and pillows for the center. Neighbors can drop off any donations to the Share House on Gilbo Road tomorrow between 10 and 3. And neighbors in Vermilion Parish are keeping warm too. The warming center in Kaplan opened today at 10 a.m. at Kaplan's Casey Hall on North Lejeune Avenue. And in Abbeville, the shelter at Faith Hope Christian Fellowship is open as well. Meanwhile, in Iberia Parish, the warming center at the Robert B. Greene Veterans Memorial Building is also reopening tonight for anyone in need of a warm place to stay. It will remain open until 11 a.m. Sunday. Families are being asked to bring their own meals, blankets, and any other personal items they may need while staying in the center. And speaking of helping out neighbors, volunteers in Acadia Parish came together today to pack meals as part of the Million Meals for MLK campaign. Volunteers from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Healthy Blue Louisiana, and Entergy Louisiana joined students and faculty at Notre Dame High School to pack red beans and rice kits for neighbors in need.
We're making Louisiana-style red beans and rice featuring Cajun country rice. So there's a funnel in the middle of the table where somebody's holding a packet, putting a packet of spices down in it, putting some dehydrated vegetables, some rice and beans. Those packets are then sealed and put in boxes. Those boxes are taped up and put on pallets, which are being delivered to Second Harvest Food Bank and Catholic Charities to get out to meet the needs. So every person along the way is finding some way to give back in part of that process.
The volunteer event was part of the statewide Million Meals for MLK campaign, which aims to collect 1 million meals for Louisiana food banks during the month of January. Community members can also take part by volunteering at a local event or donating to their neighborhood food bank.
Louisiana Public Broadcast is kicking off their new series in Vermilion Parish. I'm Chloe Franklin, your Vermilion Parish reporter with all the details.
After the break, we'll discuss how long we'll be dealing with sub-freezing temperatures tonight coming up.
Closed cap.
Welcome back, Acadiana. We are starting off with a wind advisory that will go into effect tomorrow morning through the afternoon hours. So we'll be dealing with north winds anywhere between at least 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. So you definitely want to secure those loose objects as we head into tomorrow. It was breezy today, but we'll see an increase in those wind speeds for tomorrow. And here's a look at those wind gusts coming up after midnight, still gusts between about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but then further into the morning, that's where we'll see gusts closer to 30 miles per hour in the morning, and still dealing with elevated winds through majority of Saturday. Now, we won't be dealing with any rainfall for this weekend through at least early Monday. Our next system is not arriving until the middle of next week, so by then we'll see scattered showers, possibly a few thunderstorms, but right now I'm not looking at anything severe for next week, just some showers coming through with the cold front. With that cold front, not expecting those temperatures to drop off. We will remain quite seasonable into next week with highs in the 60s and overnight temperatures in the 40s. Now, we're not expecting that for tonight. We'll start to see the cloud coverage decrease. Also, those temperatures decreasing back into the 20s, making for a hard freeze tonight. And also those feels like temperatures closer to the teens as well, waking up for a Saturday morning. And since we had that cold front come through earlier this morning and that cold air begins to settle for this weekend, temperatures Saturday afternoon not warming up too much, staying mostly in the 30s. We'll see temperatures closer to the low 40s for our coastal areas, but overall it's not looking too warm for tomorrow, so you definitely want to add multiple layers if you are out and about. Now, we'll be dealing with more sunshine in the way for Saturday. Still some clear skies going into Saturday night and early Sunday, but the coldest night, that'll be Saturday night with those temperatures in the 20s and feels like temperatures in the teens again. Check out Sunday morning. Not expecting any accumulations, but those areas may see a few snow flurries waking up Sunday morning. So let's talk about the cold weather alerts. It is a cold weather advisory and also a freeze watch for us in Acadiana with an extreme cold warning in the darker blues for eastern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and so forth. So a hard freeze likely each night through at least Monday morning. So right now, temperatures for tonight dropping right back into the low 20s further north into the state. So central Louisiana, Alexandria in particular, about 22 degrees there, 25 in Ville Platte, Opelousas, 26 degrees in Oakdale. Lafayette will get down to 27 degrees, Crowley about 28, coastal areas, Kaplan, Abbeville, New Iberia about 28 degrees for tonight. So definitely want to protect all 4 Ps for all of this weekend, because we'll be dealing with sub-freezing temperatures anywhere between 3 to about 12 hours coming up for tonight, and this will only increase going into Saturday night. Now, the wind chills for Saturday morning mostly in the teens, and as you can tell, those wind speeds still pretty elevated between 15 to about 20 miles per hour there. And then fast forward into the afternoon with wind speeds still elevated, mostly feeling like the upper 20s out there around 3 p.m. for tomorrow afternoon. But luckily, we'll start to see those wind speeds start to die off a little bit headed into Sunday morning, but still got some feels like temperatures out there in the teens and 20s. Now, for highs on Saturday, mostly in the 30s and 40s out there. So this will actually be the coldest day out of the 10-day period. And then for Saturday night into early Sunday, everyone pretty much in the teens and 20s across the board. But those highs for Sunday, we'll see those a little bit warmer into the mid and upper 40s. But aside from the cold temperatures, the East Coast still dealing with some winter weather out there starting tonight all the way through the end of the weekend. So the Carolinas will see the bulk of the snowfall, about 10 inches in some areas. Now, we won't be dealing with any snow for us, but the cold temperatures are here to stay for a majority of the weekend. And going into next week, we'll at least see those temperatures back in the 60s, making for seasonable weather returning with higher rain chances. Stay tuned. We'll have another look at the 10-day forecast later in the show.